Good morning. Welcome to Dr.BRR Government College YouTube channel. Myself, Dr. Sarasivaya, Assistant Professor of Botany, Dr.BRR Government College, Chechella. Today, we are going to discuss about the Schenzhen Code, which is the latest nomenclatural code for the plants. The International Code of Nomenclature for Algae, Fungi, and Plants. This is the cover page of International Code of Nomenclature for Algae, Fungi, and Plants, that is Schenzhen Code 2018. Let us come to the basic aspects of taxonomy. There are three major aspects of taxonomy. Number one is identification, two is nomenclature, and the third one is classification. All the three aspects of taxonomy, they are interrelated and they are interrelated between each another. So there is a relation between identification and classification, identification and nomenclature and classification, and also classification and identification, vice versa. So let us come to the nomenclature. What is meant by nomenclature? Nomenclature means just naming the plants. So why we are going to name the plants? Let us think about the names. If a plant or a person or a thing without name, there will be a huge confusion. So hence naming is required. So in our vernacular languages or local languages, one plant may have many names and one name for many plants. Again, there is a confusion among the names and the plants. Hence, there should be one name for each and every plant. Such name is known as scientific names. They are needed. But all the scientific names are in Latin language. In ancient period, for a plant, there is a polynomial nomenclature. That means many words are there in the name of a plant. But in a present situation, we are following binomial nomenclature, which was proposed by Dr.BRR-Botany and developed by Linnaeus, Carolus von Linnaeus. So he is the person, Dr.BRR-Botany, who proposed the binomial nomenclature in his theory Botanici, written by Dr.BRR-Botany, a botanist. And he was the person, Carolus von Linnaeus, who named as father of plant taxonomy. He wrote several books, of which he extensively used binomial nomenclature in his study in his book, especially Species Plantarum, which was published in 1753, May 1st. So there was a scientist called A.P. de Candolle, Augustine Pyramidus de Candolle, who born on 1778 and died in 1841. He proposed some rules and regulations of nomenclature based on Linnaeus books, that is Fundamenta Botanica, Critica Botanica, Philosophia Botanica. Based on the above three books, he proposed some rules and regulations. They are called as nomenclatural rules proposed in a book. Lois de la nomenclature botanic, which means the laws of botanical nomenclature. And he proposed his rules and regulations at the first International Botanical Congress held in the year 1867 at Paris. After this meeting or Botanical Congress, the essence of the Congress they published in a book called as Code. Hence it was held at Paris. The code was recognized as Paris Code. The scientists they think they discuss about the plant nomenclature and they uh, and they decided to meet after every 5 years or 6 years. Due to some problems, they are unable to meet again. After some time, they meet again. Now, so far, 18 International Botanical Congress were held in different places. Like for example, 17th one at Vienna in 2005, 18th one at Melbourne 2011, and 19th one at Shenzhen, China. Which was, that means 19th International Botanical Congress held at Shenzhen of China during 23rd to 29th July 2017. They add two another chapters, that is chapter F, names of fungi, chapter H, names of hybrids. Let us come to the outline of the 19th International Botanical Congress. The fungi names should be decision taken by International Mycological Congress. That means the rules and regulations regarding the names of fungi will be maintained by the International Mycological Congress. And also, the 19th IBC told that the concerned names were also called as protected names. The rejected names are also called as suppressed names. And first time they introduced typification for fungi also. They treated culture of any fungal species is a type. For some fungi, DNA sequence is also a type of the typification for the fungi. So if you open the code of International Botanical Congress, that is Shenzhen, 19th International Botanical Congress held at Shenzhen of China. If you open the code, there are three divisions present in the code. After preamble, the division 1, principles. There are 6 major principles are there. Division 2, rules and regulations or recommendations. Within the division 2, there are 10 chapters. That is chapter 1, taxa and their ranks. 2, status, typification, priority of names. 3, nomenclature of taxa according to their ranks. 4, effective publication. 5, valid publication. 6, citation. 7, rejection of names. 8, orthography and gender of names. 9, that is chapter F, names of fungi. And 10, chapter H, names of hybrids. The division 3, which includes provisions for governance of the code. Then glossary and also indices and appendices. Coming to the first one, division 1, principles. There are 6 principles are there in division 1 for nomenclature of plants. International Code of Nomenclature is independent of zoological and prokaryotic nomenclature. That is the first principle of ICN. Number 2, the application of names determined by nomenclatural types. That means for each and every name there should be a nomenclatural types. 3, the nomenclature is based upon priority of publication. Number 4, the each and every taxonomy group with a particular circumscription, position and rank can bear only one correct name. The earliest is accepted, but some exceptions are there. Scientific names are treated as Latin regardless of their derivation. The rules of nomenclature are retroactive unless expressly limited. Division 2, the rules and recommendations. These rules and recommendations have 10 chapters and 83 articles. Out of 83 articles, 62 articles are there in 8 chapters. 9 articles are there in chapter F, that is names of fungi. 12 articles are there in names of chapter H, names of hybrids. Coming to the first chapter 1, that is taxa and their ranks. In this, 1 to 5 articles are there. So any taxonomy group is called as taxon. Plural, it is a taxa. For fossils, a part or full fossil is called as a taxon. The basic unit of taxonomy or nomenclature is a species. If we take the descending order or sequence of the hierarchy of the taxa of plant taxonomy, the first is kingdom, followed by division or phylum, followed by class, order, family, genus, and then species. And there are infrageneric species also. The hybrid taxa are known as nototaxa. That means the prefix noto will be added before the name of the hybrid. The tribe is a taxon in between the family and the genus. Section and series are present in between the genus and species. Variety and pharma are below the rank of species. Prefix sub is added if more number of taxa are there. For example, more number of subfamilies, more number of families, then they are divided into subfamilies. If more number of genera, divided into subgenus. More number of species, they are divided into subspecies, etc. There are some abbreviations for class, CL dot, order, ORD dot, etc. Chapter 2, status, typification and the priority of names. There are about 10 articles are there in this chapter 2, that is 6 to 15 articles. I already told the second principle of the ICN is for naming a taxon there should be a nomenclature type. This nomenclature type is maybe a specimen or maybe an illustration or maybe a photograph. For fungi, the culture of the fungi also a type, nomenclature type. The holotype. There are several types are there. First one is holotype. Holotype means the specimen used for the naming by the author. Such specimen is known as holotype. The second one is isotype. That means the duplicate of holotypes are known as isotypes. Syntype. When a holotype is not designated, then other isotypes will selected as holotype. Then such type is known as syntype. Fourth one is paratype. Paratype is a specimen collected from the same locality but another field number by the same author or another author. Electrotype. When holotype was missing or damaged, then if we select any of the above types, for example isotype, syntype and paratype as a holotype, such type is known as electrotype. The sixth one is neotype. That means if all the above types were demolished, damaged or destroyed, then if we collect another new specimen, that is known as neotype. And then epitype. Epitype is a type when there is a confusion between the holotype and paratype. Then if you see, this is the same specimens with A to A, B, C, D numbers, out of which specimen A, 1920 specimen A was used to name a species. Then this specimen is known as holotype. The other three are called as isotypes. Then when a holotype is not designated, any one of the three is selected as holotype, which is known as syntype. Then paratype. Paratype is a specimen with another field number. Then electrotype. When holotype was missed or damaged, then if we select any one from the isotype or syntype or paratype as a holotype, such type is known as electrotype. And neotype. This is the specimen with another field number, that is 3438, is a neotype. That means it was collected from the another areas with another field number. Next one is priority of names. In some cases, one plant have many names. At that time, earliest name should be given priority. It is applicable to the family or below the rank of family. Applicable from 1st May 1753 for spermatophytes. If you see this, it is Cleomgynandra, which was named in 1753 by the Linnaeus. Again, the same specimen was named as Gynandropsis pentaphylla in 1824 by the Tickendorf. According to names of priority, Cleomgynanda is a valid name. Chapter 3. Names of taxa according to their rank. For each and every family should end with ACE. There are 8 families. They won't end with ACE. Why? Because they are conserved names. The cruciferae is the old name. For this, Brassicas is the new name, and Brassica is the type genus. Like that, Leguminosae, Fabaceae, Faba, Fructiferae, Clusiaceae, Clusia, Umbelliferae, Apiaceae, Apium, Compositae, Asteraceae, Aster, Labiatae, Lamiaceae, Lamium, Palmae, Aricaceae, Areca, Graminae, Poaceae, and then Pova. Now we will stop here. Thank you very much.